Welcome to Building Your First Dataset. This episode is the culmination of everything we've learned in this module. We'll take a real problem, find the data, structure it, clean it for bias, and prepare it for a model, from zero to a complete dataset. This program is brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team and Technovative AI as part of the Mastering AI/ML series.
We have 5 steps today for this end-to-end walkthrough. We'll define the problem, find and download the data, audit and clean the data, check for bias, and finally, split and document the dataset for modeling. We are using the IBM Telco Customer Churn dataset from Kaggle. This is a structured, tabular dataset with 7,043 customers, deliberately chosen for its realistic data quality issues and bias considerations. This dataset is ideal for beginners because it's structured, has a clear binary target of churn, and includes realistic quality issues like missing values. Crucially, it presents instructive bias risks related to tenure that can proxy for age discrimination. At a glance, the dataset has 7,043 rows and 21 columns. It has 11 missing values, all in the total charges column, and a class imbalance of 26% churn versus 74% no churn, which must be addressed. The input features are categorized into customer identity, account info, financial data, and services. The target variable, churn, is encoded as 1 for yes and 0 for number. Chapter 1. Step 1 is to define the problem. Every subsequent decision in the data pipeline is based on a clear problem definition. We start with the business question, not the data. The most violated rule in applied ML is reaching for data before defining what to predict. State the task in plain language first. The problem statement anchors all subsequent decisions regarding features, cleaning, splitting, and evaluation. We formalize the problem definition with a card, including the target variable, prediction type, and the costs of false negatives and false positives. Notice the asymmetric error cost, which influences our choice of evaluation metric later. Chapter 2. Step 2 is to find and download the data. We'll discuss where to look, what to check before downloading, and how to read a dataset card. Public datasets can be found in several repositories. Kaggle is the largest for structured datasets. The UCIML repository is the academic gold standard. Hugging Face datasets is the go-to for multimodal data and growing fast in tabular data. Always read the dataset card before downloading. Check the license for usage permissions and the provenance for data origin. Look for column descriptions and any known issues. Never skip this step. It saves hours of debugging later. Chapter 3. Step 3 is the first audit. Open the data to understand what you actually have before performing any other operations. A quick audit provides situational awareness and saves hours of debugging. Before transforming any data, know your shape, data types, null values, and target distribution. This only takes a few minutes, but is essential. The audit checklist includes checking the shape to ensure consistency with the dataset card. Inspect column names and data types, noting issues like, quote, total charges being stored as a string. Identify missing values and analyze the target distribution to understand class imbalance. The audit reveals issues that require cleaning. Total charges is stored as a string, has 11 blanks, and some categorical columns need encoding. The class distribution shows a 26.54% churn rate, indicating an imbalance that needs to be addressed. Chapter 4. Step 4 is to clean the data. This involves handling missing values, fixing type errors, and encoding categorical variables, all performed in a deliberate sequence. The cleaning pipeline follows a deliberate sequence. Fix types first, then encode categoricals, and finally, handle missing values. Fixing types ensures missing value detection works correctly, and encoding is done last with clean numeric inputs. The 11 missing total charges values are structural. They belong to new customers with 0 tenure. The recommended approach is option A, impute with 0. This is semantically correct and preserves all 7,043 rows. Total charges must be converted from string to float after handling the missing values. CSV files often store mixed content columns as text. Always audit your data types after reading a file to catch this common issue. Finally, verify the min, max, and mean values. The contract column has 3 string categories and must be converted to numeric inputs for the model. We use one-hot encoding, transforming one column into 3 binary columns, 1 for each category. This approach applies to other multi-category columns as well. The target variable churn needs numeric encoding, mapping yes to 1 and no to 0. The SeniorCitizen column is already 0/1, but should be noted as a numeric flag behaving like a categorical label. The summary lists all necessary encoding. Chapter 5. Step 5 is the bias check. We apply the bias framework to this real dataset, investigating 2 key proxy variable risks. A bias check should be in every pipeline. Bias often hides in seemingly neutral features, encoding historical discrimination. It's about understanding the model's risk, as an unintentionally discriminatory model can introduce legal and ethical liability. Bias risk 1. Does tenure proxy for age? Longer tenure often correlates with older customers. If tenure strongly predicts churn, the model might be indirectly discriminating based on the protected characteristic of age. Monitor and document this risk rather than automatically removing the feature. Bias risk 2 involves the direct SeniorCitizen flag. Cross-tabulation shows senior customers churn at nearly twice the rate of non-seniors. Using this flag to deprioritize seniors for retention is discriminatory. This finding must be explicitly documented. The bias check is quick. Identify sensitive features, run a cross-tabulation to check churn rates by group, and then flag any risks found. Deletion isn't always the solution. Documentation and monitoring are often more appropriate than removing features. Chapter 6. Step 6 is to split the data and address class imbalance. We will divide the dataset into training, validation, and test sets, then handle the 26/74th class distribution. We use a random 70/15/15 split for training, validation, and testing. This is appropriate for non-time series problems like Telco Churn, as there is no temporal ordering to cause data leakage. Due to the 26/74th class imbalance, simply predicting no churn for everyone yields 74% accuracy, which is useless. Accuracy is the wrong metric here. Better metrics include recall, precision, F1 score, and AUC ROC, which will be discussed in detail later. A standard random split can compromise the minority class. Stratified splitting preserves the 26/74th class ratio in every split, ensuring enough positive examples in the validation set for proper evaluation. This is critical for imbalanced datasets. Stratified splitting keeps the imbalance. It doesn't fix it. To handle imbalance during training, you can use class weighting, SMOT to generate synthetic minority examples, or undersample the majority. These are covered more in Module 3. Chapter 7. Step 7 is the documentation card. This final artifact distinguishes a professional dataset builder from an amateur. It is essential for handoff. Documentation is the most skipped step, yet the most vital. It takes about 15 minutes to write, saving hours of confusion for anyone who uses the data. Make it a mandatory final step. The documentation card requires 5 key sections: identity, structure, quality notes, bias and risk, and splits in use. These sections ensure comprehensive context for the data's entire lifecycle. Here is the completed documentation card for our Telco Churn dataset, covering everything from the source and imputation decisions to the bias risks and split method. In this video, you learned how to execute the end-to-end dataset pipeline, source responsibly, clean systematically, check for bias, and document your work for a seamless handoff. You can follow along with this episode by downloading the Telco Customer Churn dataset. The link, along with a documentation card template, is in the description. Doing the work yourself is the best way to learn. The full 7-step dataset pipeline is: define, find, audit, clean, bias check, split, and document. Follow this framework for every dataset you build. Module 2 is complete. Next, in Module 3, we move into the algorithms, starting with Episode 11 on linear regression for predicting continuous numeric values. See you there.